In the intricate dance of human relationships, emotions can often be hidden behind layers of social norms, expectations, and personal boundaries. One of the most delicate situations arises when a married woman starts displaying signs of attraction towards someone outside her marriage. While attraction itself is natural, when it occurs in the context of a committed relationship, it can be complicated, confusing, and sometimes even unspoken. Understanding the subtle cues that might indicate a married woman is secretly attracted to you is not only important for recognizing the dynamics of the relationship, but also for navigating the emotional complexities that come with such situations. These signs may not always be glaring or overt. They can be subtle, woven into everyday interactions, making it difficult to identify the true nature of her feelings. In this article, we'll explore several key signs that might suggest a married woman's attraction to you. These signs range from seemingly innocent actions to more obvious behaviors that reveal deeper emotions. By recognizing these signals, you can gain a better understanding of the situation and make more informed decisions on how to approach it. However, it's crucial to remember that relationships are layered, and interpreting these signs requires sensitivity and respect for all parties involved. Whether you're simply trying to understand her behavior or navigate a potentially complex emotional situation, this guide will help you identify the subtle and sometimes unspoken signs that a married woman may be attracted to you. Number 1, she tests boundaries. One of the first and most telling signs that a married woman might be attracted to you is when she begins to test boundaries, both emotional and physical. Boundaries are essential in any relationship, and when someone starts to push or play with these limits, it can indicate a desire for something more than a platonic connection. Testing boundaries can come in various forms, and it's often subtle at first. For example, she might find ways to make physical contact, such as brushing against your arm, standing a little closer than necessary, or initiating light touches during conversations. While these actions could be perceived as innocent gestures, they are often signals that she is probing the waters, gauging your comfort level, and seeing how you respond. If you don't pull away or show discomfort, she may interpret this as a sign that there's potential for further closeness. Emotionally, testing boundaries can manifest in more intimate or personal conversations. A married woman who is attracted to you might begin to confide in you more than she would with others, sharing personal details about her life, relationship, or emotions that are typically reserved for a partner. She might ask you for advice on matters that are clearly private, or bring up her relationship challenges, all while subtly drawing you into her world. In these situations, she's often looking for a deeper emotional connection and seeing how you react to her vulnerabilities. It's important to note that testing boundaries doesn't always mean an outright flirtation or intention to act on her feelings. Sometimes, it can be a way for her to gauge the level of attraction or emotional connection between you without fully crossing any lines. She may be seeking validation or simply testing the waters to see if you're receptive to her advances, while still maintaining the facade of a harmless, friendly relationship. In relationships, both personal and professional, boundaries are essential for maintaining respect, trust, and understanding. If a married woman is constantly pushing these boundaries, whether emotionally or physically, it's a clear indicator that she might be exploring deeper feelings. How you react to these tests can either reinforce her behavior or signal that you're not comfortable with it, and it's important to be mindful of how you navigate these interactions. Number 2, she becomes overly supportive. Another clear sign that a married woman might be interested in you is when she starts becoming overly supportive, often to an extent that feels slightly out of the ordinary or excessive. In any relationship, support is a key pillar, whether it's emotional, practical, or even professional. However, When her support seems more intense or personalized than what would be expected in a typical friendship, it can be an indication that her feelings towards you may go beyond simple camaraderie. Overly supportive behavior can manifest in a variety of ways, particularly in moments when you're dealing with challenges or setbacks. She may go out of her way to offer help, even in situations where you didn't ask for it or might not need it. For example, if you're going through a tough time at work, she might make a special effort to check in on you, offering words of encouragement or advice that feel unusually tailored to your specific situation. This isn't simply being a kind or considerate friend. There's a deeper, more personal investment behind her actions. This excessive support might also show up in the form of giving unsolicited advice or offering to step in and take care of tasks that are outside of her role or responsibilities. For instance, she may offer to assist with projects, plan events, or help with errands, all while acting as if it's a natural part of being close to you. While support can be incredibly valuable, when a married woman goes above and beyond without being asked, it often signals an emotional attachment that extends beyond friendship. Her support may also be more emotionally intense. She might check in with you more frequently than other friends, offering not only a listening ear, but also sympathy and empathy that feels deeply personal. She could also offer to spend more time with you, planning activities or outings that seem designed to make you feel special, appreciated, or cared for in ways that feel a bit more intimate than typical friendship gestures. The goal here is not just to show care, but to nurture a closer, more emotionally fulfilling connection. Another telling sign of over-supportiveness is when she starts expressing admiration for you, whether it's complimenting your achievements, the way you handle difficult situations, or your personality. The compliments feel more intense and focused on aspects of you that others may not notice as much. When this becomes a consistent pattern, it can be an indication that her feelings for you are shifting into something more romantic or even idealized. What makes this behavior particularly noticeable is that it may come without prompting from you. You might not have even voiced a need for support or assistance, but she steps in as if to ensure that you feel cared for, special, or noticed. Her kindness, while well-meaning, can start to feel like an attempt to create a stronger emotional bond, a connection that may go beyond what's appropriate for someone who is married. While the extra support may seem flattering or even endearing, it's important to recognize it for what it can be, a sign that her feelings for you are developing into something more than friendship. The lines between being supportive and becoming emotionally entangled can easily blur, and if you're not careful, it can lead to an imbalance of emotional intimacy that might cause complications in the long run. Recognizing when support becomes excessive can help you navigate these interactions more carefully, ensuring that boundaries are respected and feelings are addressed before they go any further. Number 3. Mirroring. One of the most telling signs that a married woman might be developing feelings for you is the behavior known as mirroring. This is a psychological phenomenon where a person unconsciously mimics or imitates another's actions, speech, posture, or even their emotions. Mirroring is often a natural part of human interactions, as people tend to feel more comfortable and connected with others who share similar behaviors or attitudes. However, when it goes beyond simple politeness or rapport building and becomes noticeably intentional or consistent, it can be a clear sign of attraction. In the context of a married woman's interest in you, mirroring goes beyond the occasional reflection of behavior. It becomes a pattern where she actively starts to adopt your mannerisms, your tone of voice, and even the way you think or express yourself. For example, if you often use certain phrases, she may start to use them too, seemingly without realizing it. If you have specific gestures or body language that you tend to use when speaking, she may begin to mirror those as well. This can be a subtle yet powerful way for her to bond with you, signaling a deeper emotional connection. Another form of mirroring might involve matching your emotional responses. If you express excitement or enthusiasm about something, she may respond in a similar way, almost as if she is trying to reflect your own feelings. For instance, if you're telling her about a project you're excited about, she might respond with the same level of energy or joy, even if she wasn't initially interested in the topic. This shared emotional response not only creates a sense of emotional alignment, but it also fosters a feeling of unity, as though you both share the same emotional wavelength. Physical mirroring can also be a significant indicator of attraction. If you sit in a certain way, stand with a particular posture, or cross your arms or legs in a particular manner, she may begin to subconsciously adopt the same posture. This can happen in both casual and more formal settings, and it's one of the most subtle ways that someone can communicate interest without saying a word. Physical mirroring creates a sense of comfort and familiarity, and when done intentionally, it can be a way for her to align herself with you on a deeper, almost subconscious level. Additionally, mirroring may extend to more subtle aspects of your behavior, such as the way you react to situations or the types of jokes you make. If she begins to laugh at your jokes more than anyone else, or expresses interest in your hobbies or preferences, it may indicate that she's mirroring your interests as well. This behavior can be an attempt to feel more connected to you, even to the point where she starts aligning her preferences with yours in an effort to create common ground. What makes mirroring a particularly strong indicator of attraction is that it often occurs unconsciously. When a person starts mirroring another, it's usually a subconscious desire to build rapport and create a bond. In the case of a married woman, if this mirroring becomes consistent and prolonged, it can be a sign that her emotional attachment to you is deepening. It's not just about being friendly, it's about trying to create a connection on a much deeper level, one that goes beyond typical social niceties. While mirroring may seem like a harmless behavior, it can signal that she's trying to form an emotional connection with you. If you notice that she starts to adopt your mannerisms, speech patterns, and emotional responses more frequently, it's worth paying attention to how often this occurs and whether it's becoming a consistent pattern. This could be an indication that she's developing feelings that extend beyond just friendship, and understanding this behavior can help you navigate the dynamics of your relationship with her more thoughtfully. Number 4. Subtle jealousy. Jealousy is a powerful emotion, one that can reveal a lot about a person's deeper feelings. When a married woman starts to feel attracted to you, one of the subtle signs that can betray her emotions is a sense of jealousy, although it may not always be overt or direct. This form of jealousy is often expressed in very subtle ways, as she might not want to be too obvious about her feelings, especially if she's trying to protect her marriage or avoid confrontation. Nevertheless, her reactions can reveal that her emotions are more than just friendly, and that she may be developing a deeper emotional attachment to you. One common expression of subtle jealousy is when she seems uneasy or uncomfortable when other women are around you. While she might not openly confront you about it, her body language or tone of voice might shift whenever she notices that another woman is paying attention to you. She may start to pay closer attention to interactions you have with other women, even if these interactions are entirely innocent. For instance, if she sees another woman complimenting you or getting too close, she may give subtle signals of discomfort, such as fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or even changing the subject when the conversation turns toward the other woman. This unease may stem from a fear of losing your attention or affection to someone else, a fear that's more emotionally driven than rational. Another way jealousy might manifest is through indirect comments. A married woman with hidden romantic feelings might make casual remarks about other women who are around you, especially if she feels threatened or envious. She might say things like, "She seems to spend a lot of time with you," or "She seems really interested in you," even though she's not accusing anyone directly. These comments, though seemingly innocent, can hint at her underlying feelings of possessiveness or concern over your relationship with others. It's her way of expressing that she's noticing things she normally wouldn't care about if she didn't have a deeper attachment to you. This subtle jealousy can also surface when she feels left out of your life in certain situations. For instance, if you talk about other friends or spend time with people she doesn't know or hasn't met, she may ask more probing questions than usual. She may want to know the details of your friendships or the types of people you're spending time with, especially if she feels threatened by those connections. Again, this behavior doesn't come across as overt jealousy. It's more about her wanting to know where she stands in your life, perhaps to gauge if someone else might take her place emotionally. In some cases, she might even go as far as testing your reactions to situations that involve other women. For example, if she's aware of another woman's flirtation with you, she might observe how you respond to it. If you seem unfazed or unaware, she may try to subtly hint that she's been watching and is slightly affected by it, even if she doesn't vocalize it. On the other hand, if you show even the slightest sign of discomfort or jealousy yourself, she might feel validated in her own feelings of possessiveness. What's particularly important to note is that this type of jealousy usually comes from a place of emotional attachment rather than an outright desire to control or manipulate. It's less about trying to own you and more about her wanting to protect the emotional connection she feels with you. She doesn't want to lose that closeness or intimacy, which is why even small interactions with other women can stir up feelings of jealousy. Additionally, she may be very careful not to let you know how she feels, as she might be conflicted about her emotions. She may recognize that her feelings for you are crossing a boundary, so she might avoid showing jealousy openly. Instead, her jealousy may appear in more subtle ways, such as through changes in her mood or behavior around you when other women are involved. She might become quieter or withdraw slightly, as though she's trying to process her emotions in private. While subtle jealousy is not always an overt indicator of romantic feelings, it can be a significant clue that a married woman is developing an emotional attachment to you. If you notice this behavior occurring consistently, it could mean that she is experiencing more than just casual interest in you and is concerned about the possibility of losing your attention or affection to others. Recognizing these signs can help you better understand the dynamics at play in your interactions with her and whether or not she's harboring deeper, more complex feelings. Conclusion. Recognizing the signs that a married woman may be developing feelings for you can be subtle but telling. From testing boundaries and becoming overly supportive to mirroring your actions and displaying subtle jealousy, each behavior can reveal a deeper emotional attachment that goes beyond simple friendship. While these signs don't necessarily mean that she intends to act on her feelings, they do indicate that something more complex is at play. Understanding these signals is important, as it can help you navigate the situation with sensitivity and respect. In any interaction, it's crucial to remain aware of the boundaries in place and to approach the situation with caution and empathy. Recognizing and acknowledging these signs can provide insight into her emotional state, but it's equally important to ensure that any relationship remains respectful of both her marriage and your own emotional well-being. If you find yourself noticing these signs, it's essential to consider the broader context and decide the best course of action that honors both your feelings and the existing relationships involved.